dear friends. Welcome everybody who is watching now, who will be watching later. I am back to the live streams. Today, not such a sweet topic, but I think a very important one. Some of you guys were thanking me for my previous topic when I was talking about the poor girl that became a victim in Dubai. I, in general, want to share my thoughts on these kinds of topics, and I would love to hear from you, your thoughts. And with the rise of social media and everything that's going on in our world, I feel and I can observe that certain romanticization of Escort, all the beautiful photos, all the vulnerable young women that can easily become a victim of this beautiful, glamorous life. I think it's extremely concerning and extremely dangerous for young women to get influenced and believe that this could be an easy pass. I think there are two kinds of ladies who become a victim of this circumstance. The first one is the one that consciously decide that this could be an easy money, that is something that you could achieve without much work, much skills. You know, you're beautiful. I want to tell you something that a girl I was working with, something that she told me. She had this experience, but she learned better and she left. She told me that she was definitely the first type, the ones that thought, that's easy money, how bad it could go. She said that she was in abusive relationships enough and men used her for free. So she said, how much worse it can get if I at least can get paid? And, she was from the war zone and felt like maybe she can take care of her family this way, which I think is absolutely heartbreaking when any woman decides that this could be work and this could be a path of income, a path of survival, because it's never an easy money. It's usually filled with dangers and traps and horrible endings and destroyed nervous system. And the second type of women that end up being victims of the escort services, they don't realize that they are being recruited. They get sold a beautiful picture, and they think that they are offered a contract, like a model. They are very naive and they think that they won a lottery. People who run these things, they pray for beautiful innocent women that are naive and clean and sweet, and they draw beautiful photos, they treat them in a very special way, and before these ladies realize that they're in a trap, i just um I just helped a friend to discern that she was actually uh, being recruited for one of these services. And I was, at first, I just couldn't even speak because I was so so concerned that she's gonna go for it. In the title of the video, I wrote something about Eastern European women. I think Eastern European women are groups that is most susceptible for these kind of people, because everyone knows that you have you maybe come from not so successful financial background, or maybe even worse, you have war in your country. So it's easy to have such ladies as prey, see them as prey, simply because they are vulnerable, they're looking for opportunity. And not to say that there is no like the not happy stories when you are somewhere and a movie producer sees you, or somebody sees your talent and offering you a career path, an opportunity. It does happen, but most of the times now, these people who recruit, they use the visual power, and they use the visual power, something that we can see on Instagram all day. Women are drawn to beauty and luxury. Most women, even the most non-material, shy and sweet women, when you grew up with aesthetics, with beautiful designs and sceneries, and you had elegance around you, you are drawn to those things, and somewhere subconsciously you want to have a beautiful elegant home. You want to have beautiful things surrounding you. It's kind of this fairy tale idea that is now extremely popularized by every corner of social media. For example, I love beautiful things, and now anytime I don't have TikTok, but anytime I open my Instagram, I see all these beautiful destinations and all beautiful, glamorous women, because those things inspire me. Those things are very inspiring. But for girls who are very vulnerable, who may be living in poverty, but they're young and beautiful, and they become in a very easy prey for people. The reason why I could never respect this disaster of a influencer Andrew Tate is because he built his early career on exploiting women. uh, I think there is the popularity of online escort is not any better than all the other kinds. He used to get women, manipulate them, and make them work for him. With those web cameras and whatever else. Yes, yes, Lance, exactly. Mic drop. It's just mortifying, these kind of things that, and then he's trying to be this moral character and tell men how to be masculine. And the entire time I'm thinking that you literally used and abused women, manipulated them, promised them things, promised them, relationships and whatever else, beautiful life, luxury, but really you are using these poor souls. You're capitalizing on their insecurity. You're capitalizing on their wish to have a better life. How can anybody respect this fool? I don't know. I think he deserves all the trouble. Yes, he every person, even the broken clock does shows the right time twice a day. But I'm just sharing that the danger of this, modern culture and easy instant gratification things, and we all fallen victims to that, especially younger people or people who live in a bad economical conditions. So therefore, um when I shared with you that story about the young girl that was found in Dubai after some party, she was also invited to, like, she's gonna get this modeling contract, and she ended up found with broken bones and in a horrible condition, almost dying on the side of the road. She was already doing an online escort, I'm gonna call it online escort work, but when she was going there, she wasn't invited for anything like this. She was told that she has an interesting offer. I'm making these videos that we need to be aware of those things. Sometimes the girls who become a victim of this, they don't even have any devastation conditions. They think that they won a ticket. They think that somebody notices them, and with the rise of social media, it's easy to believe, it's easy to believe that, oh my God, they noticed me, I'm going to be the face of this brand, or I'm going to be an influencer. The problem with platforms on Instagram that shows this easy life, they never show the other side of it. They never show the other side. They never show what it often costs. Surely there are people that maybe have successful businesses or got married successfully or whatever else. Maybe that is their real life, but for the most, it's just a trap. And it's so dangerous. For those of you who ask what I'm talking about, are you able to read the title of the video? Or at least listen. If you've been here for 10 minutes instead of commenting on my appearance, you can actually listen. I don't think I speak Chinese. I think you can understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, that case with the lady that was found almost dead on a construction, that's just one of so many. And I'm really concerned, for young women. Um, to be so heavily influenced by this easy wealth, by all of this. I find it um, as such a trap for young minds. And I had a conversation with a friend that was about to get recruited in one of these agencies, actually here in US in California, and she told me some details of this. And I was just mortified. I was absolutely mortified. I looked at her profile. She's a beautiful girl. She's kind of like model-esque looking girl. I look at her Instagram profile and I just could not believe that she would post certain photos of herself. And I had to lecture her like a sister, like I just had like like an older sister. I had to lecture her as I just had to. And I told her that it's one thing when you have a modeling project officially, you're getting paid officially, and maybe you do some revealing photos, but it's professional photo shoot, and you get an official. It's like artwork. It's different. I don't mind it. I think when you are gorgeous women from every, it could be art, but nobody who comes to your profile nobody comes to your profile on Instagram, on any other social media, need to see you without clothes. Nobody needs to see you in your, even if it's a bikini, unless you're at the beach, maybe it makes sense. I don't know. But I honestly don't think that men who randomly come to your profile need to see you in a suggestive photo shoots and so on. So that's how she got this offer. Why I'm saying all this, she was so flattered. She was looking for opportunity, how she can make it. She was looking for ways to to make it. She had some modeling experience, but I told her to immediately lock those photos, because those photos, those she had actually was a beautiful work, but they were extremely suggestive. And I told her, you can sell this as art, like a real art, like wall art, and make some money out of the art, but you don't want um random people. You can put it in your bedroom, and just for the memory. Sometimes, we change with time, so not a bad idea have a beautiful photos, even seductive photos of yourself for your husband. I told her, these are kind of photos and this are kind of photo shoot, unless you're professionally hired and you're okay with this. These are kind of, photos you can frame beautifully, put it in your bedroom with your husband that is there um, every day working hard to provide you safety, security, and your daily life. yes, men like that deserve to see those photos, and he deserve to be proud of you and to cherish you, but not the men who randomly stop on your Instagram profile. Let me tell you. So later on, she was upset, and I know she was upset, but I cannot not say the truth when it's a friend of mine that's literally risking her life. She was upset at what I told her, and she still was going to go to this place. Then she learned that. Then she learned what that place would cost her, and they take your passport. They do a lot of things to keep you, to get you in a position when you have no rights, and all the beautiful things fall off. Yeah, I believe she got a phone call from a girl who just escaped that place, and she said, "Oh my God, you were so right about that. I'm so sorry that I didn't listen to you." I was on my vacation when she sent me messages in tears, and yeah, realizing that she just risked her life and security by a beautifully painted future. They told her that she just would be like a hostess in this place, and I could just tell. So young women are such a target for people who look to capitalize on their bodies and turn it into business. It's just absolutely mortifying. And whether it's a escort that is physical, you go and see somebody, whatever, or it is an online business, it's gonna ruin your soul either way. It's going to absolutely ruin your soul either way. And I sometimes get requests, and men ask me why so many Eastern European women work these kind of professions. And this is true. Unfortunately, I think with the rise of this economical situation, and especially the war, some women feel that maybe it could be easy money. Maybe they spend 4, 5, 7 years with a guy, once again, who never appreciated them, and they did everything for him. So some of them think that, I might as well do the same thing but get paid. But they just don't realize the danger of this, that it's never an easy money, and you can get lucky 10 times, maybe, I don't know how many times, but one of those times there's going to be somebody who will abuse you, their power, abuse you, and break your bones and throw you on the side of the street. I find it so dangerous. It's just like it cannot, things like this cannot be right. There is no angle by which um this kind of circumstance could be beneficial. There is no angle where it can be justified. Oh, I'm doing this to save my mom. Oh, I'm doing this to save my kids. Because the danger you put yourself in, you can lose your life. It's not going to help your children or your kids. I mean, your kids or your mom or your family. I understand the desperation. I actually knew some women that were literally just left, with nothing, when having children, and just being thrown, in the 90s, if you know anything about Soviet Union and how it collapsed in 90s, and women just didn't know what to do. And a lot of them kind of felt that they have no other choice, you know, rather than do this kind of work. That was way before the online stuff. But I think that all of this is evil and dangerous. And if you have a daughter, I always felt like if you have a good father, if you growing up with a father, your mindset, if you have that protection, that support, that level of self-esteem that father can help a daughter to develop, no matter what difficult and challenging circumstance you will be, you will never entertain the thought of putting yourself in risk, danger, and selling your body and selling your soul. There is something about that fatherly protection that have that effect. But unfortunately, so many women get into this kind of work because they never had a father or fatherly figure that would give them that protection, that confidence, that reassurance, and so they end up selling their soul knowingly or getting becoming a prey for somebody who is looking to capitalize on beautiful, naive young women. And yeah, it's really devastating. And each time I see these profiles, to me, again, I love aesthetics. I love beautiful things. They inspire me. But I think that the beautiful thing about the time we are living in, just like they now capitalize on women moving um, physical escort work to online. You don't really need to use internet. You can use internet to actually share your talent, to share your perspective on things, to coach people in whatever skill you have, to make your product line. I don't know, to make relaxing videos. Sometimes I love ASMR. I love listening to people that have pleasant voice. You can literally develop talent, package it, and make a difference. You don't need It's no longer like the only option to make fast money, that you may end up losing your soul and losing yourself, losing your soul, and also become a prey for certain predators. Even if you're doing this work online, it can be extremely dangerous because you can get offers, you can end up meeting with people, and it can be dangerous. But I also think that even if you don't ever meet anybody and you do this kind of work, I would think that you lose your soul doing it, because it's unnatural to do that. It's not natural for people to do this kind of thing. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that a little bit. um just 1 second. Thank you. Just 1 second, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so I hope that these things, they make sense. Sometimes um some girls, even from good families, sometimes get lost, get carried away. You want ultimate results, you want instant results, all this instant gratification kind of stuff, and it's just so very sad when these things happened. So if you're a father, making sure that you talk to your daughters, you make them feel like they're enough, and you by your reassurance, you're really helping them with their self-esteem, that they never even consider such work, um, or never even consider entertaining something like that. I was listening to this one influencer, and I think she was an exotic dancer, if you know what I mean, and she was telling something about her father, that she had a good father. And I was listening to that, and I was thinking, if you would have a protective father, he would never allow you to do this kind of work. I'm sorry, but that's a lie. A protective father would never, loving, caring father, it's not that he would forbid you to do this work, but you would never be enticed to make this quick money when you have this kind of influence in your life. So I really think we are entering this crisis more than ever before, with all this women on the internet. I don't know if you follow. I don't. I'm not too often on these updates, but there were several women that were having these competitions, how many men they can sleep with for to making. They get paid by making content for the OF, and it's just insanity. It's insanity that it's okay to sell your soul if you're gonna get paid. It's okay, not it's not gonna hurt you in any way. It's totally fine because of the money. It's just I know 100% that none of those women who were competing how many men they can have in 24 hours, I can guarantee you that they never had a a father. A father, that was worse than them. So yeah, just a bit of a sad topic, but not really sad, but kind of alarming, I would say. A bit of an alarming topic. I really wish that people would listen, but it's okay. It takes a while to get your audience together, so that is okay. Let's see. Thanks, Lance. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your comments on the topic. Hey, Anton. Uh, when I do these lives, so many random people sometimes come, and it's just the best I can do is not give any attention. Yes, guys. So, anyhow, thank you so very much for joining me. I don't know if I'm early. I'm gonna try to do lives and uploads during the weekdays as much as I can. But I just want to remind you of the importance of these issues. Women get, especially younger women, are most vulnerable, and when they don't have that support, due to war, due to family dynamics, due to bad relationships, they get to this point of desperation, and where they think that any price is good. Some doing these things in order to survive, in order to just literally survive physically. Some believe that they can achieve dreams and wealth and all those cars and all those diamonds, um, all those sparkly things. And that's why we should really dose the influence of social media. Life can be very fulfilling and very beautiful, um, and not look like an Instagram photoshopped photo, or like an Instagram picture. Life can be very, very fulfilling, and it doesn't have you don't have to flash with things. One thing I've learned, if I learned anything, people who flash the most things live in the most emptiest lives. That's what I learned. And once again, I love beautiful things. I love elegant things. If you follow me on Instagram, But I feel that there is a norm in there is some middle ground for things. You can create aesthetics without spending hundreds and thousands of dollars and without selling your soul. I think it's important. Alex, I have a question to you. Are you retarded? Honestly, are you retarded? It sounds like it to me. Who told you that I'm talking about my life? Just a question. Yes or no? Honestly. honestly. Sometimes it's becoming too much, but I'm doing it for the people who appreciate my conversations. But sometimes I wonder if you're just born with less brain cells, or they died. Yeah, I know. I don't talk a lot about my life on this channel. I'm talking about the things that's going on in the world, and I'm helping people to understand cultural differences and other things like that. But yes, I see you don't have an answer. I understand you, but you don't have to be an idiot just because you're on internet. Okay, you don't have to be. If you don't enjoy a certain topic or you want to hit on somebody, I hear you. It happens every day, but there is no way that you can be so dumb. I refuse to believe it. I just think you have no manners. This channel is not about anybody's life, okay? Especially not about my life. So anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lance. Yes, I will come back when I can. I will try to do the lives and other things. And those of you guys who were requiring, I know I wasn't able to take on any more coaching clients, but I will be able to starting next week. I don't know, somewhere in mid after April 15th, and I'm happy to help you. I know a lot of you need my support, so I'm working on some offer for you because I'm only interested helping those men who are serious and who are open in order that are. Wait, I'm sorry. I have to go, that are open to learn and to change. Because if you want a traditional Eastern European woman, but you do not want to change, you don't want to learn, you will never be successful, most likely. If you have your open mind to learn about the culture, to understand the psychology, the mentality, I'm happy to help you to obtain a woman of your dreams. So, with that being said, I will talk to you next time. Yes, I'm also helping with communication. Communication skills are very, very important. So I love the work I do, and sometimes, yes, I have to suffer through insufferable people on my live chats. But thank you so very much for joining, and I will see you very soon. Hey, Robert! Oh my goodness, look at you! Good to see you, Robert. Great to see you. I really glad to get you in my life. Yes, great to know that you're doing well. Yes, I'm back. You don't have to miss me. You can just come to the lives when you can or watch when you can and comment. I know you've learned something from my videos. Am I wrong? I don't know if you can type right now, but I know you've learned something from my videos. Unfortunately, it took more for you to really learn, but I am really glad. You never give up, the good for you. But remember, a wrong idea does not become right with time. The wrong person does not become right with time, no matter how you slice it. I know that you are smarter now. I'm not saying would never recommend you to give up on a dream to have a woman that you dream about, but you know exactly what I mean. I don't want to share your private things, but a wrong person does not become right with time. A wrong circumstance does not become right with time. A zebra doesn't change its stripes, exactly. Yes, but I hope you have learned something. I hope it will help you on your way. And if you need my help, I could probably help you at this point because, well, yeah, words change things, but it doesn't change the person. The person who had used your kindness, The person who had lied to you, they will only change temporary to get your kindness, to get benefit from you, but they will screw you over and over and over again. The person's nature does not change. I warned you before, and I'm just telling you again. I'm telling you this because you are a very loyal subscriber for so many years. I know you are a wonderful person since I know you for a long time, but I'm just telling this to you from the bottom of my heart. I hate seeing my men. By my men, I mean my subscribers being hurt and taken advantage of. So I hate seeing that. It hurts me. I'm like a teacher, when your students fail the test, you take it personally, but you decide, it's your life. I don't force my opinions on anybody, but I just want to tell you, be smarter this time. That's all I'm going to say. All right, my dear friends, I will see you soon. Uh, I will see you soon. And please be mindful.